Welcome, absolutely everyone. This is Shea, your co-host. Make sure you stick around to the end of the episode to hear an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at our new tabletop RPG, Broken Gaming Plays Delvebound. We've been talking about this for a little while, and we're very excited to share it with you, so like I said before, make sure you stick around to the end of the episode. Welcome, absolutely everyone, to Broke and Gaming. I am your co-host, Shay.
I am your other co-host, Dan. And Shay, normally I ask you what you've been playing recently, but if you don't mind, I would like to start today.
Hey, go for it, bud.
Okay. So, first things first. I've officially joined the cult of Balatro. I love it so much. It is so addicting. For anybody who isn't aware, Balatro is an indie rogue-like poker game that has taken the entire indie scene by storm over the last year. It was nominated for Game of the Year this year at like the Video Game Awards.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No.
It totally was. It lost because of course it did.
Okay.
But it's like the Oscars where like weird little indie films will sometimes get nominated. But yeah, it's so much. Have you tried it at all?
No. I'm firmly addicted to Skyrim, man. I don't need another addiction in my life.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, the entire game is just playing poker hands to get to a goal score, and then like that's it. Like literally that is it. It's so much fucking fun. Like it's just done in stages where it's like, all right, now you have to get 450. And so like a straight will multiply the face value of all the cards by 4, and you can have jokers that'll modify that. You can upgrade each one of the hand types. You can buy new cards for your deck. It's really hard to explain in context, but like it's really good. It's a really fun game. So, friend of the show, Will, party member of our TTRPG podcast, Will, I know he's playing it as well, and I think he and I are going to start sharing high scores and stuff with each other. It's the best. I love it a lot. And then I finally got my hands on Neva, which is the follow-up to Gree, which we've covered on the show before.
How is that, Dan?
Gorgeous game. Pretty short.
Yeah.
I think even shorter than Gree, but like, man, it's so pretty. It's so crisp. Like the platforming once again is excellent. It's got a lot of similar elements to Gree, just with an actual combat mechanic this time.
Okay.
But it's amazing. It feels very Princess Mononoke. Like even the story itself kind of feels a little bit like if you were just following what was going on in the woods and not like the human conflict part of things in Princess Mononoke. But yeah, awesome. There's not a ton to talk about because it is kind of more an art experience than it is a game in the same way that Gree sort of was.
Yeah.
But Kit and I sat down, played through it in like 2 sessions, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. There's a bunch of, again, just like in Gree, like optional things that you can pick up along the way, but doesn't actually affect the story or anything like that. It's just, I think, probably like artwork unlocks if I had to make a guess without looking it up.
Sure.
But what have you been playing?
Well, Dan, it's been a pretty lean month, I guess. We are in the shortest month of the year. I played 2 new games, I should say, this month. Bunch of things. I shouldn't even say a bunch, man. I didn't really play a whole lot of games at all this month.
Not even Skyrim?
Not even really Skyrim, man. It was mostly NHL 25.
Oh, yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, your miraculous shot call from the last episode, like, really needs to be acknowledged.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that. It's been so long since it happened, I forgot I predicted it. But in a move that I promise was recorded before it happened in real life,
I was there. I can attest to it.
I fucking shot called Morgan Frost to the Calgary Flames.
insane.
Literally, I think I was editing the podcast after we had recorded that week, and the news broke that he had been traded to Calgary. And I was like, I fucking said so.
It's insane.
So anyway,
it's
yeah,
so cool. I mean, not cool for you because it's one of your favorite players and he's no longer on the team that you support. But outside of that,
hey, that's okay. I'll be a Morgan Frost fan.
okay.
He is not doing well in real life in Calgary.
No?
Yeah, historically, the Calgary Flames are not a good place for a player to go play. From what I understand about Calgary, it's dark a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So if you were depressed in Philly, it's not getting better in Calgary. So, hope for the best for him. The guy that he got traded with is doing worse, so Morgan Frost looks like the big pickup in that deal. But anyway, yeah. So NHL 25 has been like my go-to when I have like an hour or so to play. But I did squeeze in a couple of new games this month. The first one, I alluded to this during our Delvebound recording recently, Dan. This game kind of took me by surprise as having Brian David Gilbert in it as like a main voice actor. It's called Duck Detective: The Secret Salami. I picked it up in this weird Steam sale that it was called something like Indie Games You Missed This Year or something like that. And I got 11 games for like $65.
That's incredible.
I've played like a handful of them for a few minutes, but nothing enough that I would bring it to the show, except for The Secret Salami, which I 100%ed because it is an elementary level game. And Dan, I just real quick, I want to read you verbatim the Steam store description of this game.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Solving crime is no walk in the pond. You are a down-on-his-luck detective who also happens to be a duck. Use your power of, you guessed it, Dan, deduction to inspect evidence, fill in the blanks, and bust the case wide open. This is a short but twisty detective case. So basically what you do in this game, okay, this is like, it's so stupid. You get called there to solve the case of a bus station or a bus depot employee's stolen lunch. All right. She hates the character that Brian David Gilbert plays and is trying to get him fired from the bus depot. While you're there, you uncover a salami smuggling ring. And you have to, basically what you have to do is you interview everybody in the bus depot as they talk about certain things. You uncover keywords, and then you have to, from a list of keywords, you have to fill in the blanks of the next step in the case, right? So you have like your current mystery to solve is like, blank is blackmailing blank because blank did blank. You know what I mean? And you have to talk to everybody until you get all the words unlocked and you can solve that section of the mystery. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
There was a game that I played I don't know, 1.5 million years ago that seems like it was very similar to that, but I'm like drawing a blank on what it was called. But anyway, it's short, it's fun, it's got, I don't know, I would say humor that brushes up against the kind of humor that I find annoying in video games, but because it's a short game, it doesn't quite cross the line into fuck this game. So I had a lot of fun with it. I finished it in probably, what's that?
And fully voice acted.
Oh yeah. Yeah, completely voice acted. I mean, the creator of the game voiced a couple of characters, but like Brian David Gilbert is the only name you'll ever recognize in the cast. But like, it was fully voice acted. They're making a sequel, the demo for which I also played. It's called Duck Detective: The Ghost of Glamping.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep, it's a good old time. The first game is $10. I would say if you if you want to check it out, $10 is not a bad price to play for this game. I finished it in maybe like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Around there.
That's not bad.
$10 is not bad to support an indie game that has some charm, some humor, and a duck detective.
Yeah.
There's a weird element of this game where, like, they act like bread is, like, an addictive substance.
Yeah.
So your duck detective character is, like, his marriage fell apart because he won't stop eating bread, which I thought was an odd choice, but otherwise, this was a fun time.
Are there other, like, anthropomorphic animals in this?
Yeah, the whole cast is there's no humans to be found in this game.
Okay.
Just
but they're
animals.
not all ducks.
No.
All right. Is there a pig character?
Yes.
Is there really?
That's the character that Brian David Gilbert voices. I think he's a pig. Oh no, sorry. Brian David Gilbert voices an alligator. There is no pig in this game.
Okay.
There's a water buffalo, however.
Sure.
He's got like a Russian name. It's very weird. It's like the way that they lay out like the reason that they're smuggling salami is like very like East-West Germany in World War II, where like you have to get this shit around a wall. It's just very odd. It's like it's fun and cute, but it's also like got very dark undertones, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, drug addiction in the form of bread.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's Duck Detective: The Secret Salami, and its sequel coming out this year, Duck Detective: The Ghost of Glamping. Beyond that, the other game I played was another demo, because I'm done buying full games. It's the demo for Solasta 2 came out this month. I think I've talked about the Solasta Crown of the Magisters on this show before. It's a game I'm playing with Aaron, friend of the show. It's like a very faithful D&D video game adaptation. The first game looked janky as fuck, but was fun to play and fun to play with Aaron. So the demo dropped recently, and it's actually a pretty like full demo. Like I think I've played about like 2 hours of it, and like I'm thoroughly exploring everything, but like it's not a cheaply made game. It looks much cleaner than the first one, just in the demo phase. So there's I would say more hope for this one.
Does it look better
than the last one? But yeah, leaps and bounds.
Okay.
Yeah. There were apparently, the developer has been like very tongue in cheek about this and like a very good sport about their shortcomings in the first game. But I guess there was a lot of memes that were like, we have Baldur's Gate 3 at home, and then like screenshots from Solasta was like the Baldur's Gate 3 at home. Oof. So yeah, they stepped up their game for the second one, to say the least.
Yeah.
It's still not perfect, but it's a growing studio. I think these are I want to say that these are like the first 2 games that the studio has made. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Not quickly. I've looked up too many walkthroughs for this game. Tactical Adventures is the name of the developer.
It's pretty on the nose.
Yep, Solasta and Solasta 2. That's what they've got. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the trajectory of this developer, because I've really liked both of their games so far. So
yeah.
All right, Dan, you had one more game to talk about. Yes,
I did. So as you know, for the last couple months, I've been running through all of the Yakuza games because the newest game came out.
Oh, that's fucking right. Jesus Christ.
No. But all that got abandoned because they put motherfucking Skyrim up for free on PlayStation Network. And baby, I am back.
It's got a stranglehold of a generation, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Shea, I have played so much Skyrim in the last month.
Hell yeah.
We just did a session for the Delvebound podcast that we're going to be doing, releasing within the next month. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, you never know with us, but
everything.
Yes.
I had not to mention the fact that I actually know what the fuck I'm doing again. I remember references. I get plot points. I understand where things are in relation to other things. Like, I said some stuff in this most recent session that should have tipped people off of like, wait, so that's around like the Dawnstar area or whatever the fuck it was that I said. But that's because I've been spending all of my time in Tamriel. Shea, holy fuck. There's so much I forgot about in this game. Like, there are missions that I absolutely had to have done, going to the party for the Thalmor, and
that's a
like
dog. Yes, you had to have done that one because it's in the main story. That's a main quest.
So early.
Yeah. Oh my god. So I played a little bit of it. I think before we recorded last time on the Steam Deck, and that's like a brand new game. And I was like, I'm shocked at how early I get to that mission, because like if you are not high enough of a level or like haven't fleshed out the build that you want to do in that game, that is a hard fucking level to get out of.
Oh yeah.
I say level.
Yeah,
that's not
it is.
how the game structure is at all, but you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, you can kind of dash past that frost troll right at the end after you go through the trapdoor and whatever. But like,
can I tell you that I got killed by a frost troll on my way up to see the Greybeards? On the way up, there's like one frost troll that you have to get through, and I died.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I have learned how vitally important it is to just quick save all the time if you're just walking around.
Yeah, you never know when a dragon's gonna jump you.
Dragons I've had zero issue with. Yeah. I don't think I've been killed by a dragon. Maybe once at one of the like words of power.
Mm-hmm.
But like any of the randos that just like drop into like a town when you're hanging out in it.
Yeah,
I think I've done pretty okay.
Well, yeah, because you just like hide in a building and let the guards shoot it with arrows forever.
Well, so
and then
I
steal its soul and its loot.
Yeah, all the bones, all the scales.
Yeah, and never develop your smithing skill enough to make anything out of them. If you're anything like
me. For sure. The free version. Oh, look, I'm already. So I just before recording did that Thalmor party mission.
Yeah,
I am already at level 70 for blacksmithing. In the mid 60s for sneak, because we're going with that same build that I always go with because it's the one to do.
Yeah.
The major difference that I have this time, and it doesn't really seem to affect anything, is I went heavy armor instead of light armor. Don't really see much of a difference as far as the sneaking stuff. I just can get hit more.
Yeah.
But this version of the game has all of the DLC included. So there's the Saints and Seducers pack included.
Yeah, that is a community creation rather than DLC, but yes.
Yeah, because it's not the anniversary edition, because it gives me a prompt to buy that every time I open the game, which I know has a bunch of the community creation stuff.
I have, that's a version of the game that I have also.
Okay, so I did this trial and error nonsense where I just happened to time it correctly with the one Saints camp that two giants happened to be walking by. And so, way too early, I had a full set of gold armor.
Yeah.
Gold weapons. That just helped me coast through like a billion side quests.
Sure.
Because it's, as far as heavy armor is concerned, it's not as good as Ebony, but it's a little bit better than like baseline Orcish.
Yeah. Dog, I love Ebony armor. That shit looks so cool in that game.
That's the next milestone for me. Like, I have the fully upgraded, like, legendary Orcish armor right now because I got this blacksmithing, like, apron thing that, like, does, like, 30% above whatever when I'm improving.
Damn.
So, yeah. It's, I don't know how.
Did you find that, or did you enchant it?
I found it.
Damn.
No,
okay.
I found it.
Where at? Yeah. My brother in Christ.
I'll send you a screenshot. I will let you know. But so, like, I already have one of the homesteads almost fully upgraded, which I built so poorly. I made some real bad decisions that you cannot come back from. I already have my second settlement ready to go to make all those improvements. But, like, transporting your shit from one place to the other, like, I had the breeze home, and I had, like, hundreds of fucking potions. Like, that was 3 trips back and forth. Yeah. I still have bones and scales at the breeze home that it's like, I just don't feel like it. Like,
dude,
Lydia,
okay, let me tell you,
only carry so much.
Let me tell you about the game that I started when I first got my PS4 and still play to this day. All right.
Yeah.
I have befuddled myself with the amount of shit that I have spread between all 73 houses you can buy in that game. Like, I will constantly be like, there will be times where I will get onto that game and spend the entire time I'm playing searching my homes for one, like, stash of materials or ingredients or something like that. And, like, that will be all I do for 4 fucking hours.
That's crazy. So, when you do a homestead, what rooms do you choose?
I couldn't even tell you. I definitely do an armory.
I always do an armory.
I do a trophy room, and then it depends on whether or not I'm moving my kids into the house, because you can either get an alchemist lab or children's bedrooms.
Yes.
Beyond that, I can't remember what I do.
So I did an armory.
Yeah.
For the aesthetics, because I like putting up the mannequins with the full sets of armor on.
Yeah. You have to, man, because like the fucking designs on the armors in that game are like so tight, right? Like
so tight.
Once you like get beyond a certain material, like you still, I have to be able to look at it still, you know? Plus there's like so many unique sets of armor or outfits in that game. Like I always, every single time I play, it's not always in like one of my homesteads, but in one of my houses, I always have Cicero's outfit every single time. And it's usually because I opt to not kill him and then pickpocket his clothes. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love that.
Yeah.
So I went with the armory, I went with the storage, and I went with the Enchanter's Tower. Yeah. The Enchanter's Tower, completely useless. Like, that thing sucks.
What?
I should not have done that. You can put the Enchanter's table in your main room. Like, there's no reason. There's no actual reason to have it.
Does it look cool
can do the same with the Alchemist. No! It's a pain in the ass because where it puts the enchantment table is on the second floor. It's the only thing I have to go to the second floor for.
Stairs in that game are a weakness, I will say that.
Yeah, like, I thought it was going to be like a spire where, like, at least I'd have like a set of stairs that would like go around, like, up and around the spire. No, it's just the bottom room is a completely useless part of it. Like, from the outside it looks cool because it's a tower, but like, other than that, there's no purpose for this. Now, with the storage, what I ended up doing,
I don't think I've ever built that. What does that even look like?
It's just a bunch of chests and dressers and whatever. Like,
nice. Okay. All right, cool.
What I did was, because I'm an insane person, is I divided up all of my potions into 6 different categories. So anytime I go home and I have just like a plethora, it's like all my health stuff goes here, endurance stuff goes here, magic stuff goes there, and then I have one for poisons, one for stat boosts, and one for resistance stuff. Yeah. And I put like a bottle of each on the top of each container. I guess if guests come by, I don't know. Like, because I know where they are. It's only 6 boxes. Like, who gives a shit? But for whatever reason, I'm like, and this will indicate that that's where that lives.
Yeah, no, I do that with all of the jewelry that I find in the basement. I use all of the safes because I'm like, I'm not going to sell any of this shit until speech is at 100. And then I forget about it.
Well, yeah. So, okay. So this is the problem, right? Like, I absolutely have a hoarder mentality when it comes to these games.
Oh my god,
I have
badly
decided.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of masks really early that help with different aspects. I got the one that helps you with lockpicking, archery, and alchemy. Like,
oh yeah,
right away.
Yeah, the dragon priest masks, you mean?
Yeah. So I got that one.
Hey,
and I got the one that does...
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Do you know what you're supposed to do with the Dragon Priest masks?
No. Other than wear them? No.
Okay. So I've been playing this game for 10 fucking years, right? I discovered by accident my last playthrough that there is I think it's Labyrinthian. There is a secret door that only unlocks if you're wearing a Dragon Priest mask. And if you collect all of the Dragon Priest masks, it gives you another unique mask that you can only get by assembling these Dragon Priest masks in this secret chamber. It's fucking wild.
Does it Captain Planet the whole thing?
It
where like it just gives you boosts to everything?
No, it's not like a...
Oh.
I honestly, I can't, off the top of my head, I can't remember what you get for it, like what the mask that you get for it does. Mm-hmm. But I know that you can't find that mask anywhere else in the game. And I found that in my 10th year of playing this game for the first time.
It's such a huge game that like you could play consistently for 10 years and still miss stuff. It's so possible.
Right.
Like, and plus with if a lot of the stuff is community creation driven, there's just stuff that I would not have done had I not picked it back up.
Right.
Like the Saints and Seducer stuff.
Yeah.
Like I definitely did Dawnstar before. I did, what's the thing where you go to Morrowind? Is that
Dragonborn?
The Dragonborn stuff. Yeah. I think I started that and never finished it on my most recent playthrough before this. But like this is years ago at this point. Like I haven't touched this in so long. And over the 4 years or whatever that we've been doing this podcast, I haven't touched it once, despite it being the game we've talked about the most.
I was gonna say I would think that I have played it the entire time that we've done this podcast.
For sure. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, what's your order of operations when starting a new game? Like what do you focus on immediately? Or does it change? Yeah,
so it kind of depends on what build I'm going for. I typically play the main storyline to get me to like the first 2 cities that you need to go to. And then kind of after that, I like poke around a little bit. Usually I get into the Thieves Guild pretty quick. And Dark Brotherhood is another one that I definitely do every time, but it kind of varies when I do it. I used to focus a lot on the Civil War questline, but like that's kind of fallen by the wayside the more I've played it. I think on the current... Okay, so I literally have never done the build that I'm playing right now, okay? I'm playing a fucking sword and board character, all right? So one-handed sword, fucking heavy shield, let's go. I've literally never used the block skill in the 10 years I've played the game, and I was like, you know what?
Really?
Fuck it. No one, we're not using magic, we're just blocking attacks. And it's not going well, I'll tell you that. It's fun. Honestly, like Skyrim is a game that I know like backwards and forwards pretty well at this point, that like it is kind of the one game where I feel good about like challenging myself, because you and I have both talked on the show about how like we don't really play games to improve our skills necessarily so much as to just fucking unwind. I think Skyrim is maybe the exception to that for me.
Fully unplugged.
Yeah.
Right.
With this character, I went straight to the companions because their build is kind of matched up well with that particular guild.
Sure.
But yeah.
I don't like the Civil War stuff. I try to avoid it for as long as I feasibly can. Like, I haven't done any engagement with it thus far.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of the lesser of two evils at best. Like, way it's built out.
Yeah.
They both kind of suck. Like, you're either a fascist or you're, like, kind of a white supremacist. Like, it's really weird.
A different
when you really
fascist.
Boil it down.
Yeah,
they're both kind of fashy.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just one is based on race and one is based on governmental oversight. Like, it's gross. I don't like engaging with it.
I don't really love the Civil War storyline a lot because like that is like one of the kind of, I don't want to say side quests because it is like an important part of the dynamics of the territory, but like it is like one of the non-main storylines that like drastically changes like who you're able to interact with.
Yeah. And you lock yourself out of a ton of stuff.
Right, yeah. And there's a lot of like, I'm sure that they fixed a lot of it now, but when I was first playing there was like a lot of bugs that would happen where you wouldn't be able to buy a house because you're like not able to talk to the person who you would have talked to the first time you went to the city, or like the person, like the three people that you can help in this town to be able to, it's a whole thing. But like it's like it's something that like locks you out of a lot of good content that has nothing to do with the Civil War, and so like I really don't engage with it for as long as possible. Like I honestly, I get to the Civil War, it may be 1 out of 10 playthroughs, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's just because I've run out of things to do.
There's also just not like a clever way around it like there are in some of the side quest things. Like I really enjoy coming up with
what's the third option here?
yeah, I love doing that shit. And like I will trial and error some of them. Like so the quest in which you get thrown into the mine in, where is that? Markarth.
Yeah.
The whole thing with like the silver bloods and all that shit. As soon as I got my gear back, when we got to the exit,
Madanach, is that guy's name?
Whatever the king of the Forsworn. That dude.
Yeah. Did I just fucking hold on a sec? I gotta see if I pulled that dude's name. Go ahead.
Did you buzzer beater that one?
Oh my god! Fucking swish! Madanach.
Beautiful.
The king in rags.
That's right. So I waited for every one of the Forsworn guys to go through the door, and then I fucking shot the king as he was the last one to exit, fought him just one-on-one, and then, because the whole thing is just pure chaos as soon as you leave the mine.
Yeah.
And taking him out of the equation, like, it caused me to fail, technically, because I didn't do things in the correct order.
Yeah.
Like, because you can kill him when you're still in the mine and then just, like, brute force your way through the dwarven area and whatever. But I did it so late where it's like, okay, I'm going to accept his help. I also, like, didn't kill the guy that he wanted me to kill. Another prisoner killed him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my hands are basically clean. I didn't do anything wrong. Like, the task was done. I just didn't do it myself. But I ended up, like, backtracking to the quick save anyway, because it didn't seem to, like, really... It didn't do any good, like, to kill him before he exits.
Sure.
The same number of Markarth guards die regardless, because it's just... They're so much more powerful than them. Like, all the other Forsworn dudes.
Yeah.
And there's almost no way to take them all out, because... They cut a swath through whatever guards they can and just beeline. And I don't think there's any sort of repercussions to... As far as I can recall, like, anybody who gets away, that's it. They're just gone forever. Like, I don't think they pop back up. Even though they're, like, named characters. Each one of them.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But, like, anything dealing with, like, Daedra stuff, like, I'm like, there's definitely a third option. Fuck this shit. I missed it. I love it. I'm remembering how much I loved it. I'm having a blast. I will say, I hate the roadblocks of like, okay, I'm on this mission, and then, oh, okay, in order to complete this, I have to now go join the fucking mages college because they have the key to this specific mine so that I can go get this artifact. Yeah. Like, I'm doing the one where you have to assemble the amulet, and you have to have the 3 different pieces.
Oh, yeah.
And I have everything done. I have all the claw things. I have 2 of them on the pedestal already, and now I have to go join the college in Winterhold to get access to the 3rd.
Yeah, that college quest line is not my favorite.
Boring. They just take so long.
Yeah.
This is the most magic I think I've ever used in a playthrough. Like, I'm focusing a lot more on specifically alteration and restoration stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I used to just lean heavy on potions, and I'm not doing that this time.
Oh, see, I am doing that this time. I used to lean heavily, like, my dumbass would get a good sword and fast healing in my left hand, and that was my character.
That's what I'm doing now. That's a big part of what I'm doing now. Like, I'm
Yeah.
still sniping motherfuckers. I'm already at the 3x for the sneak. But, like, yeah, dude, I leveled so fast because of this armor. I can't even tell you how much further along I am than I should be given main storyline stuff. Like, I'm pushing, like, level 40 at the moment, and I just did the Thalmor party.
Yeah.
Like, I did not do this in the correct order at all, and I'm loving it. It's, man, oh man. Game fucking rules, Shay.
I mean, you don't have to fucking tell me.
Yeah. I mean, this is at least the next 2 episodes, I feel. But that's probably okay, because starting this month...
Yeah. I don't want to say a date because I tried to call our shot last time on this trailer, and, well, you know how that goes. But by the end of the month, we will have our first episode of Broken Gaming Plays Delvebound, available on this feed. It's been a fucking blast, man. Like, I don't love being a DM for tabletop RPGs because it's a lot more work than just showing up and causing chaos, but I am having a blast just kind of playing off of this collection of ragtag idiots.
Yeah, I think we have a really good group. I think we all play well with each other or off of each other. And I think we've all, at this point, really settled into who we are in a way that, like, there's still so much more to be revealed between each other, but, like, our baseline was so good so quickly, I think.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for our next session because we left our last session with some real dumb fuckery, and
see how they fix that.
I screwed some shit up.
Yeah.
And 2 of our other players are going to have to clean up my mess, and it's going to be great. You'll hear about that in a couple 8 months from now.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
Well,
a couple weeks or 8 months or later.
Well, that part specifically, if we keep on a schedule, probably 8 months, because we have a lot banked right now.
Oh, yeah. I fucking forgot that we're, like, playing ahead here. Unlike the fucking Calvin Ball we play in this podcast.
Look, first of all, great reference. Second of all, we've done 6 sessions.
Yeah.
So far. Each session accounts for generally 2. Sometimes we can squeeze 3 out depending on what we've been doing. So we have, give or take, a year's worth of content ready to, like, at least in the bank. It all just has to be edited by the wonderful Will. But all things going according to plan. Once we start dropping them, it should be a consistent stream. Should. I'm excited for you guys to hear it.
Your kids are going to be in college by the end of this arc, so...
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah. I mean, if we had the ability to hire, like, a dedicated editor where we're paying them to do that and that's what they do, like, we could very easily make this a bi-weekly.
Yeah.
But
we're no McElroys.
We are no McElroys. We are... Yeah. But yeah, other than that, that is just about going to do it for us for this episode. As always, you can follow us on Blue Sky. We are... Shea, what's the link?
Oh boy. bsky.app/profile/brokengamingpod.bsky.social.
Or you could probably just search Broken Gaming on Blue Sky and find us. That's probably easier than entering a bunch of nonsense. Links in description, probably? I don't know.
Oh yeah. Every time.
For the most part, we're just going to be focusing on cheap codes when we come across them. I'm kind of burnt out on doing the artwork, and I'm going to put this out to the listeners. If you want me to keep doing the artwork, I will keep doing the artwork. I did not do it for the last episode because mental health was a real concern. Still kind of is. So I used to get really excited about certain ideas, and like I'd run them by Shea and send like proofs and stuff. And I feel like I started phoning it in when my mental health started declining over some stuff. And then I just didn't do one last month. And I felt okay about it. You guys tell me what you want, and we will follow accordingly. But cheat codes will be there when we come across them.
If you want to share the show, you can do so with our hosting site, which is anchor.fm/bngpod. And then if you want to catch me eventually stream at some point in the future, it's going to be over on twitch.tv/bngpodcast. And if you're antsy for those streams now, you could go check out all the streams I've done before on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@brokeendgamingpodcast.
Maybe I should stream Skyrim at some point. I've never even thought about it. I don't know. What do you think, Shea? Should I try my hand at streaming at some point?
I would love if it wasn't just me.
It wasn't just your responsibility.
But...
Well, if you didn't move to, let's see, the Isle of Man, I would happily be doing streams with you semi-regularly like we were, but alas. I'm sure as shit not flying anywhere right now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No reason why that would be a thing. And of course, if you want to send us an email for any reason, you can do so at brokeendgamingpod@gmail.com. But that's going to do it for us today, Shea. So, until next time, goodbye, absolutely everyone.
Goodbye. My hope for this is that I trick one of you into running a Shadowrun campaign for us at some point. So
you wouldn't have to trick me. I might not want to run Shadowrun, but I'd be happy to run probably another system.
So I've been having a lot of fun with the Pathfinder video game, and I'm trying to get into that a little bit. I downloaded a bunch of Starfinder PDFs, which is like Pathfinder in space. Which is like my niche is fantasy settings but in space. So my kind of goal for this is to like kind of create like a core player group to continue to make podcasts like actual plays in different systems, right? So we're starting with Delvebound. What's that?
Give Brent a gun 2025.
If they existed in Skyrim, I would, it would be in there. The revival of buckets has a gun.
I mean, the craziest like idea, right, would be that we play characters that are maybe like alternate universe versions of each other, and then at the very end, they all meet up with each other. You know,
that would be
like, fucking
sick.
wild.
That would be very cool.
Like a fucking Power Rangers reunion special.
Yeah, like
all Red Rangers.
Yes.
Yeah, all Red Rangers.
Red, Red Forever, I think is what they called that.
Red
special.
Forever. That was what it was called. Yeah.
It was a real thing.
They even got Jason back. It was fucking wild.
You know that? Okay. Well, never mind. It's gonna bring down the room after that. Yes.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. Go ahead.
No, he's dead. Is what I was gonna say. He died at like 4 or 5.
Yeah, Jason David Frank. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been dead for a minute.
Oh yeah.
Green Ranger.
I realize now that Jason was a different character from that series. But I think he's
the
also
first
dead.
Red Ranger. Yeah. Is he? I thought he was still
I don't
alive.
think so.
Hold on a second.
Is Tommy still alive? That's the
Tommy
only one
is
that
not
matters.
No, Tommy's dead.
Tommy's the dead one.
Oh
His real name is Jason, which I think is what confused me. But
I thought his real name was David. What the fuck?
Jason David Frank is his
Jason
name.
Oh!
Jason Lee Scott is the name of. Oh wait, no, that's his actual name. What's the actor's name? Austin St. John. Yeah, Austin St. John.
Is he not dead?
He is alive.
He's alive. Yeah.
He is.
Do we know
50
that?
years old.
Do we know
he's
that?
not. Shut up. No, he's fucking.
I feel like he was in a TikTok.
He's from Roswell, New Mexico.
bet he's in TikTok.
All right, well, now that we're warmed up,
Yeah.
get started.
Yeah, let's clap. I can't
What
believe
are
we're
we
missing
doing
all
again?
this.
Wait, I'm so sorry.
Are we basically doing what you and I have been doing in Broken Gaming episodes?
I'd love to frame it like that, but I know that nobody on this call listens to the show.
I listened to the one where you
Hey
said
now.
that the episode was coming out, and I went, what? The most recent one.
Excuse you.
Yeah.
I am the most dedicated YouTube listener.
And you left Aaron in the cold.
true.
I'm the blue sky follower.
I also follow you guys on Blue Sky.
I was going to say Bev also follows us on Blue Sky.
Yeah, but have you liked their most recent post, Bev? Ask yourself that.
You know what, Will?
That's
Fair point.
that's interesting. Aaron, the YouTube version of the last episode dropped 14 hours ago and no views on it. So
Yeah, because I've been sleeping.
which is also a condemnation of us as a show, but
He said dedicated, not timely.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
fair.
true.
All right. So here's my suggestion. Why don't we just work it out in real time? Like, we're already recording. So,
Will liked our most recent post 14 seconds ago, so
14 seconds ago, I liked your first.
this is amazing.
actually I think that's a trailer right there. I'll just record my part.
Do you want us to focus talking on the on the system itself, like gameplay? Do you want us to talk about characters? Do you want us to talk about the Elder Scrolls universe? Like,
Yeah, because we have some real experts on.
Everything they know about Elder Scrolls.
I will be opening with the line, "When do we meet the elders and what's a kroll?"
You remember Kroll Show? With possibly the worst comedian in all of history, Nick Kroll.
Oh, I
That
don't
seems
dislike
like
Nick
there's a
Kroll.
lot of people out there that like you want to put that on Nick Kroll.
That's true. Mark Normand exists.
Any Christian comic? Are you kidding? I'm not even gonna come up with
count
names.
those. I don't even
don't
count
count.
those, Will. That's a different subcategory that we don't even talk about.
Amen. Praise be. Anyway, you want to get started with this recording?
Will, what do you think is best?
Honestly, I think if we clap out, we got it.
But Bev hasn't been recording this entire time.
Wait, no. Oh, damn. But I'm recording. Bev's a real one.
I started when I hopped on. I'm just 20 minutes late.
Oh yeah, we should clap just to align the audio stream at a minimum.
At a minimum. I don't think we're gonna beat Bev's Elder Kroll.
The Elder Scrolls? Yeah, the Elder Scrolls. What's a kroll?
I don't know what's a kroll with you.
3, 2,
Goodbye.
Quit.
Oh, Christ.
I mean, genuinely, there's definitely the trailer in there.
Yeah, I think there is something funny about a trailer being how do we record the trailer, and it's like 5 minutes of us coming up with it. That feels very true to the podcast.
I think that's correct. I think that's right.
Honestly, Will, like, do you feel pretty good about getting a trailer out of the fucking hour and 10 minutes, 15 minutes that you've been recording? Even the last 6 or 7 minutes.
I actually like the last 6 or 7 since we got a little serious. Who has been recording this whole time? Or like since
Me.
we okay, Shay, Dan.
I have.
So I've got separate audio sources for everybody. Guys,
Sounds like it.
give me a fucking clap out. We're out of here. Let's go.
Okay.
Align it from the clap out. Let's go.
And this is how we'll end. It'll end on the clap, and then the theme song will start. It'll rip.
Oh shit. Okay.
I love this.
I think it's good.
I think it's good.
All right. For real?
I would
For
say
real,
genuinely,
Okay.
the only other thing would be, Shay, if you want to actually talk about seriously.
I was gonna say I'll just record something separately about like what the game is and
Yeah.
shit and
And
And maybe
Like
we
a,
just
here's
kind
a
of
taste
frame it
what
like
we have in store.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I was
Yeah,
gonna
honestly,
say. Is
that's
like,
perfect.
and here's
It's
here's
fucking
a
perfect.
here's yeah, fucking okay, great. Ready? All right, 3, 2, 1, clap. Ready?
Mhm.
3.
Wait,
2,
real quick. So,
Every
are
time.
we including?
Wait.
Are we including all of the Power Ranger stuff too? Can
We can bleep it
we?
out.
I guess we.
We can talk about Jason David Frank and Austin St. John, and we'll just
Yeah.
bleep out Power Rangers.
Oh man.
All right, ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, clap. Ready? 3, 2, 1.